You probably clicked because you're like, oh my gosh, why is this lady crazy? She's gonna get rid of this high-paying salary to what? Live in a vehicle? The same thing. Just kidding, baby. I'm living out my dream. Let me tell you what happened. Let me just start off by saying that the full intention was for me to work on the road. But that intention was only put into place when I got this job. The problem was, it sucked. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm not done with work. Poor Matt has to leave again. It is a work day. I do have a demo at 11 o'clock, which the whole gang is gonna stop for. Personally, I find it super hard to work my full-time job. I've been in the van for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. And the reason why I decided to live in a van wasn't to be trapped in it for most of the day. I'm dead inside. When I got this job, I made a video about how I went from making minimum wage to pretty much 6 figures in 5 years. And that video made me feel like, oh my gosh, I worked so hard my entire life to get to a certain place. 18 months later, I quit. So what happened? Well, I moved into a van. If you guys have been watching us for a while, we have explored so many places, but we haven't really done anything. We haven't really gone out on these big adventures, these big hikes that I promised Matt we would do when we got into the van. And this is how I convinced him to quit his job, build this thing, and basically leave his entire life behind. He hasn't been able to do any of this stuff.
I want to go somewhere else.
We didn't know that that was going to be our life until we moved into the van. Pretty soon after we did, we decided, yeah, it's not going to work. But the problem was we had no money. So the reason why I've had this job for the past 5 months while we've been on the road is because I needed to build up our savings. And on January 1st of this year, I built up the exact amount that we decided that I would build up. Matt also secured a few deals where we can pay for our expenses so that I can quit my job. I feel like real van life starts right now. Real freedom starts right now. Having that job and being stuck in the van, that was prohibiting me from living the life that I wanted to have. That job paid me a lot. It paid me enough to support both me and Matt through the build and for Matt to quit his job. And we were able to pay for this entire build with no debt. So I'm truly grateful to have had this job because it's given me so much, but I feel like it's just time to move on.
I went for the super zoomed in effect on my face to show how serious this moment is. May not sound like it, but we have some major news to share with you guys.
You're making me more nervous. I'm quitting my job. Woo! In about an hour and 15 minutes, I will be quitting my job. And Megan and Matt will be full-time YouTube, Instagram, Megan and Matt B LLC.com people. But guys, listen, I can always go back to a sales career. Sales is not going anywhere. Matt and I don't have any kids. We don't have any dogs. We have no debt, no responsibilities other than the ability to just live our life right now. And that's what we're going to do. And if I decide to work in sales again for a big tech company, then I have the resume to do that, and I don't think that taking a year off would really hurt. If you guys are nervous, don't be nervous. I'm fine. We are very excited. We have planned for this. We are prepared. Let me tell you, quitting your job is not easy, especially if you like your job. It's so weird. Usually you quit your job because you're so over it and you're ready to move on and you're looking for another job, and there are usually negative things that impact you leaving a job. But I was leaving for such a positive reason. 30 minutes until I quit my job, trying to relax. Matt's already relaxed. Look at him. And every one of my coworkers were so supportive, especially my boss. It made me really emotional to leave this job because all he wanted to do was help me build up my career, and all I wanted to do was to stop that career from happening. So what's kind of messed up about this situation is actually my boss has a new job offer for me, technically. And I'm here to tell him that I'm not going to take it. The thing about it is your career is yours, and you don't live your life for somebody else. That's why we live in this van. Okay, he was super supportive. And he was really nice and so happy and proud of me that I'm just gonna go and do this. And he just gave me so many compliments that I cried. I think this is gonna be a really good year.
Hi, baby.
He was so nice.
Yeah, what do you say?
He's really proud of me. Yeah, he was just like really fucking supportive and nice, and he was like, "You're so talented."
Meghan told me all the news, and I mean, I'm not surprised. I also am not like worried at all about our future, because I know that everything Meghan's done, like as long as I've known her, she's like put her mind to it and just grinded it out and got it done. Meghan's boss was a total bro about it.
He was such a bro about it. He was so nice.
I know some people are like, oh, bro's a bad thing, but nah, Danny's the manny.
Danny's the manny. So the past 2 weeks have been hectic. I've been very stressed, very anxious. I've had to figure out our medical insurance. There's so much to do to prep for my departure from work.
That would definitely be a question I would have to have a representative give you a call back about. Normally takes up until 1 business day to get a return call.
Ugh! Why do they make it so hard? It was just too much. I felt so overwhelmed, and I'm not good with change. While we were figuring out whether or not Meghan should quit her job, something came into my brain, and it was this question of, do I want to spend 8 to 9 hours making money for somebody else, a company that I have no personal ties to, or do I want to spend 8 to 9 hours a day making money for me? That's all me. I think you guys know the answer to that question. So I have a meeting right now, and we just rolled up to Planet Fitness. Matt's gonna go get a workout in. This is gonna be the last time that Matt has to basically fuck off while I have a meeting. Are you excited?
I'm stoked.
All right, first meeting done. Just one meeting more, and I have some prep work to do. It's starting to feel real. Everyone's just so excited for me and for Matt and what we're doing. It's just like, it's hard to be nervous, and it's hard to like freak out when everyone's just so excited. And I know we're gonna be good in the future. I know that we're gonna do great things. So, yay! So I didn't intend to get this job that paid me this much money. I was making a third of what they were paying me in this role. It was an insane amount of money for me, and I did not expect that to happen. What I did expect to happen was for Matt and I to pay off our debt, for us to get engaged, and for us to move into a van. Those things were certain within our journey. I did not expect to make this much money, and I did not expect to get this job. So the real surprise here isn't that I quit my job. The time has come, baby. We're bringing the computer and the ID and the keys back to... That's the company I work for. If you're asking if I can get you a job, no, because I don't work there anymore. Okay, let's go. Me quitting my job was always a part of the plan, and we tried to make it work as if it was a part of the plan, but it didn't fit, and it didn't feel right, and it wasn't it. So I quit because I was always going to. High salary or low salary. Matt and I are super excited to just live the actual life that we wanted for ourselves when we got on the road, and it's a life that will allow us to explore and do many things.
So this is a big deal for Meghan. I know she might seem like she's like all fine about it, but I know she's a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous, but it's really gonna be okay. We've got a lot of plans. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna have so much time to explore and adventure and do all the things that we really set out to live in the van to do. When Meghan convinced me to do van life, because it did take a little bit of convincing, as you guys probably know by now, but I thought we were gonna be like hiking and exploring and doing all this cool camping, and it's been a whole lot of just parking lots and her working, me doing social media work, which I do enjoy, but there's just more to life than being on a screen all day and just putting ourselves out there. So, oh, here she is. That was fast. So how do you feel?
Free? I feel so free. Let's go. Let's go. If you made it this far into the video, thank you for listening, and Our channel is about to change because instead of us just going to places, we're actually gonna do stuff and put it on the internet, and it's gonna be so much fun, and we're gonna live that freedom life that we've been talking about this whole time. So make sure you guys are subscribed, and you're probably wondering what's next for Meghan and Matt. I guess you're gonna have to keep watching to find out. Oh, really quickly before you go, I sold financial technology. Before you ask in the comments. They always love to ask, and they don't want to hear the answer because it's very boring. And no, I can't get you a job because I don't work there anymore. Peace!